Namaste children. How are you all? I hope you are fine. In the last class we discussed the 10th chapter circles, the first part of the circles, that is introduction of the circles, terminology related to the circles and tangent of a circle, secant of a circle, and one theorem we proved, that is the relationship between the radius of the circle with the tangent to a circle at the point of contact. That is, the radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. That theorem we studied and we applied that theorem to solve some of the problems. Now today we are going to discuss the same chapter, the second part, that is number of tangents from a point to a circle and length of the tangent of a circle. What is the length of the tangent to a circle? And the theorem is there related to the lengths of tangents of two tangents drawn from an external point. That theorem also will study here in this class, and its applications will study in solving some of the problems from the exercise. Now, number of tangents from a point to a circle. You are given a circle and one point is given. So here the point may be three cases are there as we studied in the lower classes. Interior point, exterior point, point on the circle. So interior point means point is inside the circle. Exterior point means point is there outside the circle. And the third case it is point on the circle, point on the circle. So for these three cases, how many tangents we can draw to a circle if a point is there inside the circle and if a point is there on the circle, and the third one, the last one, it is if the point is there exterior, that is outside the circle, how many tangents we can draw, we will discuss now here. So here point is inside, a point is inside the circle, point is inside the circle, inside the circle, how many tangents we can draw, we will discuss. A point is inside the circle, so take a point inside the circle and draw a circle with center O, and take a point P inside the circle. So through this draw a line, and it intersects the circle at two different points A and B. Therefore, AB is a line which is not a tangent. Why it is not a tangent? Because it is intersecting the circle at two distinct points. Hence, it is known as a secant to a circle, not tangent to a circle. So, what to do here? We can say. So, what we can conclude from this? If a point is inside the circle, no tangent can be drawn. No tangent can be drawn from a point inside. From a point inside the circle. From a point inside the circle. So how many tangents we can draw to a circle from a point which is inside the circle? It is 0 tangents we can draw. That is no tangents can be drawn to the circle from here. So similarly, if a point is there, that is on the circle, a point on the circle, then how many tangents we can draw, we'll discuss now. Already it is discussed in the previous concept itself. It is. So a point on the circle, we can draw only one tangent. So let you take this is a point on the circle, point P, and through this we can draw only one tangent. Only one tangent can be drawn. Only one tangent can be drawn. Tangent can be drawn from a point on the circle. A point on the circle, we can draw only one tangent. Similarly, the third case it is if the point is there outside the circle. If the point is there outside the circle, that is external point, exterior point, exterior side and external point. A point outside the circle. A point outside the circle. What we call such points? It is exterior points. Exterior point. Then how many tangents we can draw to a circle from that point? So take one, what it is, a circle, draw a circle and let P is a point. So through this point we can draw tangents like this. So we can draw tangents to P from 2 points. Let this is A and this will be B. So how many tangents we can draw from an external point? It is 2 tangents we can draw from an external point. How many tangents? 2 tangents. 2 tangents can be drawn. 2 tangents can be drawn from an external point or exterior point. From an exterior point. So how many tangents we can draw from an exterior point? It is 2 tangents we can draw. And how many tangents we can draw from an interior point, that is inside the circle? It is no tangents can be drawn from a point inside the circle. And how many tangents we can draw from a point on the circle? It is only 1 tangent is possible to draw a tangent to the circle. And if the point is there outside, that is exterior point, we can draw 2 tangents. It is possible to draw 2 tangents. Now we'll discuss what we call this segment, that is from the external point to the point of contact. What we call this segment? This segment is known as length of the tangent. Length of the tangent. Now we'll discuss what is length of the tangent. What is the relationship between the lengths of the 2 tangents drawn from an external point? We will discuss in the form of a theorem. Is it clear, children? Now we will discuss length of the tangent. What is the length of the tangent? How to define it? So the length of the segment of the tangent. See, this is so generally what it is. If you take a circle like this. And if you draw, this total is called tangent. Tangent is a line which touches the circle at only 1 point. Now this is a part of the tangent, that's why it is called a segment, which is PQ is one segment and PR is one segment of 2 different tangents, PQ tangent and PR tangent. Now the length of the segment of the tangent from the point, external point, from the external point, here the external point is P. So the length from point P to the point of contact, that is Q, or to the point of contact R. So this length, this segment PR or PQ is known as length of the tangent. Here in this figure, PQ and PR are the lengths of the tangents. What is length of the tangent? The length of the segment of a tangent from the external point to the point of contact, is known as length of the tangent. So as we discussed, from an external point it is possible to draw 2 tangents to the circle. What are the 2 tangents which we have drawn to this circle from point P? It is PQ is one tangent, PR is the other tangent. Now we will discuss what is the relationship between the lengths of these 2 tangents drawn from an external point. That is, the lengths of 2 tangents drawn from an external point, their lengths are equal. We will prove that in the form of a theorem 10.2. Is it clear? Now we are discussing the relationship between the lengths of 2 tangents drawn from an external point are equal. So what is the theorem 10.2? It is the lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So here let the circle with center O and P is an external point. From point P, 2 tangents, that is PQ and PR, are drawn to the same circle with center O. Then we need to prove that length of PQ is equals to length of PR. That is, the 2 lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point are equal. So how to prove this? So first write given, what is given in this theorem, given statement. It is P is an external point. P is external point to a circle with center O, and PQ and PR, PQ and PR are two tangents. PR are two tangents drawn from point P. Drawn from where? It is drawn from point P. What is point P here? It is an external point. Now what we have to prove here, it is a TPT to prove that, or RTP required to prove. What we have to prove? We have to prove PQ is equals to PR. PQ is equals to PR we have to prove. So for that we need to prove that we require some small construction. What construction we require? It is join OP. Join OP and join OQ. What is this OQ? Join OR. What is this OQ and OR? OR and OQ are radius of the circle. So join OP, OQ and OR, and join OP, OQ and OR. OR and OQ are what? They are perpendicular to each other. What is the relationship between the radius and the tangent at the point of contact? That is, radius is perpendicular to the point of contact. We studied in the form of theorem 10.1. Therefore, angle R and angle Q both are perpendicular to each other. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove that PQ is equals to PR. PQ this length and PR this length. Now if you observe the figure, we have two right angle triangles are there. What are the two right angle triangles? It is OQP or PQO and ORP or PRO. So two right angle triangles. You take the two right angle triangles, you prove them as congruent triangles. Once if you prove the two congruent triangles, then their corresponding parts are equal. Corresponding parts are equal. So to prove that, how do we prove? We know that angle R is equals to angle Q, that is each angle is equals to 90 degrees. OP is the common side for both the triangles. OP is the common side for both the triangles, and this is hypotenuse for this right angle triangle, as it is opposite to the right angle, and this in this triangle also opposite to the right angle. Therefore OP is the common side and it is the hypotenuse of the two right angle triangles. What about OQ and OR? Both are equal. Why they are equal? They are radii of the circle. Radii of the circle. Therefore right angle hypotenuse side. Right angle hypotenuse side by RHS. By RHS, the two triangles are congruent triangles. By CPCT, the leftover sides, corresponding sides, that is PQ is equals to PR are equal. So by CPCT, by proving these two triangles are congruent triangles, by CPCT we can say that PQ is equals to PR. So now, you see here it is OQ is perpendicular to PQ and it is OR is perpendicular to PR. It is theorem 10.1. Theorem 10.1, that is they are perpendicular. Now when they are perpendicular to each other, then what it is? It is equals to 90 degrees. That is angle PQO is equals to angle PRO, that is 90 degrees each. 90 degrees. So now consider in triangle PQO on triangle PRO, that is angle PQO is equals to angle PRO, that is right angle. It is right angle, and OP is equals to OP, that is hypotenuse, common side, hypotenuse, and it is the common side for both the triangles, and OQ is equals to, it is OR, that is radii of the circle, So now what it is? Right angle, hypotenuse, and it is one side are equal. Therefore triangle PQO is congruent to triangle PRO. It is congruent to triangle PRO by what? By which property? Which congruency property it is? RHS congruency. RH congruency. The two triangles are congruent triangles. So how to prove that these two triangles are congruent triangles? By using the congruency property of right angle triangle, that is RHS congruency triangle. RHS congruency property. Angle Q and angle R both are 90 degrees. OP is the hypotenuse and it is the common side for both the triangles. OQ and OR are the radii and they are equal. Therefore, by RHS congruency, the two triangles are congruent triangles. Is it clear, children? Now, these two triangles are congruent triangles. Therefore, by CPCT, the two sides PQ and PR. PQ is equals to PR. PQ is equals to PR by CPCT. That is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles, and hence it is proved. So what we have to prove? We have to prove that PQ is equals to QR. Hence it is proved. So hence it is proved. A simple theorem and proof it is. But we use this theorem in solving all the problems. So what we can conclude from this, if these two triangles are congruent triangles. So I said it is CPCT means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So if with respect to the sides OQ, that is QO is equals to RO, both are equal, they are radius, and PO is equals to OP, common side, that is hypotenuse. PQ is equals to PR, which we proved they are equal. Now what about the angles? So here these two angles, that is angle, what it is, QPO is equals to angle RPO. That is remarks also we can write from this, and we use these remarks to solve the sum of the sums. That is one remark, it is angle QPO is equals to angle QPO is equals to angle RPO. Angle RPO, these two are equal. What about the angles at the center made by this OP? That is these two angles are also equal. These two angles are equal. What are those two angles? Angle POQ. Angle POQ is equals to angle POR. These two are equal. So why it is again by CPCT? By CPCT, that is corresponding parts of congruent triangles, and these two are equal. So what we can conclude from this? Therefore, OP or PO bisects the angle made by the tangents. Angle made by the tangents at the external point. OB bisects the angle made by the tangents at the external point. It bisects and also it bisects the angle made by the radius at the center, and also bisects the angle at the center. Bisects the angle at the center. So it bisects the angle at the center. Now you will have the questions like this. It is we know this is 90 degrees and this is 90 degrees. What figure we got? It is PQOR. Four sides are there, therefore it is a quadrilateral. Four sides, four angles will be there, and the sum of the four angles of this quadrilateral is equals to 360 degrees. Sum of these two, that is Q and R, both are equals to what it is, 90 plus 90, 180 degrees. Then what is the measure of angle P and angle Q? That is angle at the point of intersection of the, that is the external point, and at the center is also equals to 360 minus 180, which is equals to 180 degrees. That is, these two angles are supplementary angles, and angle P and angle Q are also supplementary angles. That concept we will use to solve some of the problems in exercise number 10.2. So we proved this theorem by using congruency properties. We also can prove this theorem by using Pythagoras theorem. How it is? Let us discuss now. Now the second proof by using Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? In a right angle triangle, square of the hypotenuse. In a right angle triangle, let this is a right angle triangle, PQR, and Q is 90 degrees, where P is known as what it is? Hypotenuse. In a right angle triangle, square of the hypotenuse, that is PR square, is equals to sum of squares of other two sides, that is PQ square and QR square. So it is PR square is equals to PQ square plus QR square. That theorem we use to prove this theorem using the Pythagoras theorem. Again, same the given statement and TPT, what we need to prove construction is similar to the previous proof, that is by using the congruency triangles property we used to prove that. So same data you can take, proof we'll discuss here. It is now in triangle, see in triangle what it is, PQO, in triangle PQO, angle PQO is equals to 90 degrees. Therefore, so this is 90 degrees, hence the side OP or PO is the hypotenuse which is opposite to the right angle. Therefore, it is OP square is equals to PQ square plus OQ square. PQ square plus OQ square. We need to prove PQ is equals to PR, we have to prove. So from this find PQ is equals to, by transposing OQ to this side, what we get it is OP square minus OQ square, that is equals to PQ square. You take this as equation 1 from the triangle, right angle triangle PQO. PQO. Now you see here it is OP square minus OQ is equals to what it is, radius. OQ is equals to radius of the circle. It is also equal to the radius, other radius, it is OR. So I am replacing OQ with what it is, OR. OR square, that is equals to PQ square, and see you take this as 1, not this 1. So why it is equal, because OQ is equals to OR, that is radii, equal radii, equal radii. Radius, radii is the plural form of radius, that is 1. Now you take the triangle, which triangle? Second triangle, if you take in triangle PRO, angle PRO is equals to 90 degrees. So you can write here it is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. So now again we are using in this triangle also PRO. So here R is 90 degrees, OP is what it is, hypotenuse. Therefore, what you can write, OP square minus, OP square is equals to what it is, PR square plus it is OR square. That is again Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. So now from this theorem, what transpose what it is, OR square to the RHS plus OR will become, LHS left hand side plus OR will become minus OR, that is minus OR square. Therefore it is OP square minus OR square is equals to, minus OR square is equals to PR square. So you take this as equation 2. Now from 1, PQ square is equals to OP square minus OR square. LHS we have OP square minus OR square. Here also OP square minus OR square. LHS are equal. Therefore RHS will be equal. From 1 and 2, from equation 1 and equation 2, their LHS sides are equal. That is OP square minus OR square. OP square minus OR square. Therefore their RHS will be equal. That is PQ square is equals to PR square. Now apply square roots on both the sides. What we get it is, therefore by applying square roots we will get PQ is equals to PR. Hence it is proved. So PQ is equals to PR. Like this we will prove by using the what it is Pythagoras theorem. So in examination there is a possibility of asking the same question. Prove this theorem by using Pythagoras theorem. Then you should use this proof. If they won't mention use Pythagoras theorem or use congruency properties, you can choose any proof and you can write its proof. Is it clear, children, how to prove? What is this statement? It is finally what we can conclude. The lengths of the two tangents drawn from an external point are equal. The lengths of the two tangents drawn from an external point are equal. And the line PO, it bisects the angle made by the two tangents at external point, and also it bisects the angle made at the center. Therefore, PO will act as the angle bisector of both the angles, and PO is the angle bisector of angle P. the center of the circle O will lies on the angle bisector of. The third conclusion, it is center of the circle O, it lies on the angle bisector of angle P, that is angle made by the tangents at external point. So these 3 points we use in solving the problems. What are the 3 points? First point, the lengths of the two tangents are equal, and PO is the angle bisector of the angle made by the tangents at external point. Third one, the center of the circle will lies on the angle bisector of the angle P, that is angle made by the tangents at the external point. So these 3 conclusions we use in solving some of the problems. Is it clear, children? Now exercise number 10.2, first bit. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeters and the distance of Q from the center O is 25 centimeters. Find the radius, that is the radius of the circle is. So draw a rough diagram to solve this kind of sums. Here from a point Q means that point will be the external point. So let it is a circle with center O, a circle with center O and a point Q, that is external point. Here it is, you can take an external point. So here is an external point Q. So from Q a tangent is drawn that intersects the circle at a point. We don't know that point. What is that point? Let it is a P and this distance is given. We need to find what it is, radius of the circle. We need to find radius of the circle. Now that is the distance from the point Q to the center of the circle. It is given as how much it is, 25 centimeters. 25 centimeters. And the length of the tangent it is given 24 centimeters. Find the radius of the circle. We need to find OP. OP is a radius and it is perpendicular to the tangent PQ at P. Therefore, we need to find what, how much is OP. So in triangle, it is in triangle QPO, angle QPO is equals to 90 degrees. Since it is radius is perpendicular to the tangent at point of contact. Tangent at point of contact of this circle it is. Now apply Pythagoras theorem to this right angle triangle. Therefore it is OQ square is equals to QP square or PQ square plus OP square by Pythagoras theorem. Now substitute the values. OQ is equals to 25. 25 square is equals to QP is equals to 24. 24 square plus OP square. That is 25 square is equals to 625, which is equals to 24 square it is 576 plus OP square. Now transpose 576 to the side or we'll get it as OP square is equals to 625 minus 576. Then how much you'll get it is OP square is equals to, subtract those two, 625 minus 576. So go for borrowing. 15 minus 6 it is 9. Then it is 1 will be there. 11. 11 minus 7 it is 4. And 5 minus 5 it is 0. So how much we got? 49 we got. Now OP is equal to square root of 49. That is OP is equals to plus or minus 7 we get. But negative value we ignore. Why? It is a length. Length will never be negative. Therefore OP is equals to 7. OP is equals to 7. That is, we can write final statement. Therefore, the radius of the circle is equals to radius of the circle of the given circle is equals to given circle is equals to 7 centimeters. Like this, we will find using the properties of that is Pythagoras theorem and theorem 10.1 of the circles chapter. So same question, they may give you 25 centimeters and they will give you radius and they may ask you to find this length of the tangent. We will apply the same concept or length of the tangent and radius will be given, and they will be asking you to find what is hypotenuse, that is the distance, the length of the point Q from the center of the circle O. So in that case also we will apply the Pythagoras theorem and we will find the required length. Is it clear, children? Now exercise number 10.2, question number 3. If tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle with center O are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degrees. So here two tangents PA and PB are inclined with an angle of 80 degrees. And then angle POA, this angle is how much we need to find. If you see the figure here, it is as we discussed in the 10.32 theorem, its remarks were there. Here it is angle P, that is angle APB, that is angle made by the two tangents at the external point, and angle formed at the center are supplementary angles, that is angle APB and angle AOB. Both are what? Supplementary angles, and that is equals to 180 degrees. As angle APB is 80 degrees, therefore this angle will become how much it is? 180 minus 80, it is 100 degrees. Now on this PO bisects the angle made at the center, therefore angle POA is equals to half of 100 degrees, that is 50 degrees. So option A will be the correct. Now I will discuss here. So from theorem 10.2, that is from theorem 10.2, from theorem 10.2, angle APB plus angle AOB is equals to 180 degrees. That is supplementary angles, and we know it is angle APB is equals to 80 degrees, that is 80 degrees plus angle AOB is equals to 180 degrees. Now angle AOB is equals to 180 minus 80, that is equals to 100 degrees. And PO or OP, PO bisects angle AOB, therefore angle POA is equals to angle POB, that is half of angle AOB. Hence angle POA is equals to half of angle AOB. AOB is equal to how much it is? 100. That is half of 100. 2 ones are, 2 fives are, 2 zeros are. It is 50 degrees. Therefore, option A is correct. Option A. Therefore, option A is correct. Like this, we will solve this kind of sums by using the theorem 10.2. Is it clear, children? I hope you understand today's concept. That is 10.2 theorem, number of tangents from a point to the circle, which is inside the circle, on the circle, outside the circle, what is length of the tangent of a circle. So with this knowledge, your homework, it is homework of today's class, exercise number 10.2, question number 2 and example 1. Example 1. So this is your homework, exercise number 10.2, second problem, and example 1. This is your homework. I think you understand today's class. Thank you very much.